Welcome back to edtech by Meera, and today's lesson is going to be about Kwargs in Python. What is Kwargs? Standing for KWARGS, keyword arguments. Args for argument and KW for keyword. So it's key value pair arguments, and this is what is done when you're calling the function, when you're passing the keyword arguments while calling the function. So let's try it out. Create a function called my function during the definition phase. Inside the parenthesis, you put the Kwargs with how do you do that? With double asterisk marks right before the Kwargs inside the parenthesis of my function. And this is going to work as a Kwarg, key value arguments, keyword arguments, and then after that, as usual, you print out, like for example, in this case, print, let's say, my favorite country or favorite name, whatever favorite. In this case, we are going to say my favorite country is Kwargs. It has to be the same argument or a parameter that is written within the function parenthesis, mind you, but without the asterisk when you're writing it here in the print function, Kwargs, and then you write the square bracket. What is a square bracket required for in this particular scenario? It is for dictionary key access, because you are going to pass something like key value pair, that is the dictionary format, while calling the function, right? So this will actually help, the square brackets will help in retrieving the values of specific keys in the dictionary or the key value pairs, which you are going to be doing, which you will see now while calling the function. So print my favorite pet is Kwargs, and then the square bracket. What are you going to say? The keyword is going to be, in this case, pet. So I'm going to use my keyword as pet here, and that's why you have to write it within the square bracket so that later you can access the value. And then remember the string format. Then after that, maybe I want to write one more print function or print statement, like maybe it could be anything. In this case, I'm just writing something simple, print statement, as my favorite hobby is the statement, the string statement, and then comma. The same thing, I want to write hobby as my key, so which can be later accessed when I'm writing the key value pair from the dictionary. Or rather from the Kwargs. So Kwargs, and then the square bracket, again hobby, which is going. So for my first keyword is pet, my second keyword is hobby, and later I'm going to retrieve the values of pet and hobby when I pass the key value pair while calling. So now I'm calling the function, my function. Remember, the name of my above function is my function. So here I'm going to call my function, and then I pass. Usually you pass arguments when you're calling the function, right? But here the arguments are going to be in the format of Kwargs, which is key value pair, or rather keyword arguments. It has a keyword and it has value. So what is a keyword? The first keyword is going to be country. Next keyword will be pet, and the other one hobby. So keyword and the value. So keyword country equals the value. It could be anything. In this case, I'm writing Australia, comma, then write the next keyword. But mind you, here you are not writing the square braces. You only write the square braces in the earlier stage when you're printing it to get access the value. So here another keyword, pet, and then write the value, which is cat, which I want to write the value as cat. So this works like a Kwarg, that is a keyword argument, that is key and then value, key value. So that's why we call it Kwargs, this argument. So basically this is argument, but as a key value pair, something like a dictionary format, right? Then pet, cat. Then the next keyword was, remember, hobby. So hobby equals, I want to write singing, whatever it is in your case. And so now I've called my function with the key value pair, that is Kwargs. And then when I call, you see, my favorite country, Australia, my favorite pet is cat, my favorite hobby is singing. I could imagine. That's magic. So when I'm calling the function, it will actually access and retrieve the values of all the specific keywords in that dictionary, or the argument that you passed in the dictionary format of key value pair. That's why we call it Kwargs. So that was quite convenient, right? All we needed to do was write Kwargs with the 2 asterisk marks before that inside our parenthesis of the function while creating it, and then later you can access the value while you're after running the function just by writing the keyword value inside your calling the function time. Calling the function time only you pass the arguments in this format. And there you go, it will print out and show you the outcome. So this is it. Then this was the example when you wrote the Kwargs with the 2 asterisk sign inside your function while you're creating it. Now, sometimes it is not necessary to write the asterisk with the Kwargs word itself inside your function. You can write your parameter also, or any argument also, in whatever value you're whatever variable you're creating, with the 2 asterisk marks. So we will see how it happens. Let's see another example so that you know what's happening. I create another function, which is again by defining it. So define my function, 2 asterisk mark. Here, instead of Kwargs, mind you, I'm just writing pet. But this pet is actually my Kwargs. It will function as that. That you will see in a minute. Then I say print. Okay, I make the print function, or the print statement rather, and then I write a statement. My pet's name is, and then after the string a comma. Then I want to write same way that we wrote before earlier in order to access the keyword later. So I write pet and then the square bracket. I write name because here I want my keyword, the first name, what I want to access is name, right? So my keyword should be name. So I write pet and then square bracket, inside that the name. And then after that I want to call the function. So how do you call my function? And then pass the key value pairs, that is the Kwargs, which is the format of similar to a dictionary. The arguments are similar to a dictionary, which is key value pair. So name, that is a key, and the value, which is gigu. Then I also write another key which is keyword, which is age equals something, or color equals something, anything. You could write name, age, hobby, color, size. Decided to write size rather. Size equals fat, big, thin, small, whatever. Fat, right? So this is the calling phase. So while calling, I'm passing the Kwargs, or the key value pairs, remember, and that's why it's called Kwargs. The arguments is in the form of key value pair during the calling phase. And oh, sorry, did a mistake. Okay, got it. Let's come back here. While accessing the value, which is also called mapping, right? We use the square brackets. But while using the square brackets to access or map the value of the key, we are not supposed to write the asterisk sign. It was just a typo. I just wrote it by mistake. the computer caught my mistake, haha. So the asterisk is only supposed to be there in the function creation phase. After that, the asterisk is not supposed to be there. So let's continue running it. My pet's name is Gigu. There you go. Now the other keyword was not written in the print statement, so it didn't show the age or color or whatever, or the size. It just says because you just printed, you wanted to print out my pet's name only, so it will only show you one keyword with one value. Even though there were other key like size and the value fat, but that won't show because you didn't write that in your print statement. Had you written that, even that would show. So this is quite interesting, right? So, for example, if I go back and say I include one more statement here, one more string here, saying my pet's size is, and then I write the mapping of the value or accessing the value by doing the square brackets, pet, which is my Kwargs, remember, and then the keyword in the square bracket, which is the size within the quote, remember, the open and close quotes. That is very important in order to access the value of the keyword. And then everything else is the same, and then run the function. Here you will see in the output, you will also get both. Oh, sorry, there's an unmatched parenthesis, extra parenthesis, typo. So let me remove that. Now, if I wanted, I could have edited this, but I'm keeping all the errors in order to show you what errors can come up while you're doing a project. Yeah, so I just removed it. This happens when you're doing programming. It's quite natural, nothing to feel shy about. We are all human. Okay, Gigu, my pet's size is fat and my pet's name is Gigu. Everything is there. So here you go. You know what is Kwargs. I showed you with the simplest of example, and it's supposed to be the most complicated, confusing topic ever in the Python world. I solved it for you. Okay, to thank me, go and subscribe right away for more interesting projects and tutorials and explanation so that you become a Python expert as a beginner.